So, to keep the American people safe and healthy, social distancing measures need to be followed through avoiding crowds, large gatherings, isolation of sick people, and quarantine of those who are exposed. This is my grandmother, Mrs. Harbison. So, how do you feel about the recent social distancing measures?
Well, it's been difficult. It's kind of been unbelievable. Who would ever thought? I certainly never thought that we'd have a situation like this in this country or any other country.
Yeah.
Well, especially in this country, it's just
Since it's such a
just
free
amazing.
country.
Yeah, and it does seem like some of our rights have been trod upon, which is unbelievable too. But anyway, so the question is, what do I think of it? Yeah, it's been stressful. And I find myself sometimes thinking, am I 6 feet apart? Maybe I should be farther. So it's been difficult.
It's been tough.
Yeah.
So, with your age being at a disadvantage, how do you feel? Like you need to stay home much more frequently, or when you go out, I mean, obviously you wear a mask. Now everybody has to wear a mask. So how do you feel about that?
Well, I do have to keep reminding myself that I'm almost 75 years old. I mean, I feel very healthy. I mean, I've had mixed thoughts about it. That even if I do get it, I'm not going to die because I'm so healthy.
Healthy as 75-year-old, I know.
But nevertheless, I have to remember, oh yeah, these lungs are 75 years old. So I have been very careful.
Yes.
I think I've been as careful as I can be. I don't want to get it because I don't want to be sick, but I also, I would feel very guilty then about spreading it to you or anybody else in the family.
We have to bring it home and we almost spread it to you if we had it.
Exactly.
So it puts everybody in a tough situation.
So it is. It's like there's a guilt trip going on, as well as some fear. But I try to do the right thing, and I think most people are doing the best they can with quarantining, and with the masks, and with the social distancing. I believe everybody. Well, not everybody, but most people, I would say, are doing the best they can, and therefore, when you do the best you can, you don't need to be afraid.
Yeah.
And I remind myself that the Lord did not give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of courage.
Yes.
So that has guided my behavior as well.
Definitely. I mean, it's so new to everybody. Like, we are doing the best we can. Especially like everybody being stuck in their houses. People weren't working. I mean, it's scary, but
well, and I don't feel like I've really suffered. I'm retired, so I didn't need to worry about getting a paycheck or not going to work or trying to balance working at home with other. I haven't had any of those situations. I've been very comfortable. But it's interesting that we're doing this interview now because it's only been the last couple of days. Now, this has been going on for 2.5 months.
Yes.
I never thought I'd be in the house for 2.5 months. It's only been the last couple of days that I have started getting bored.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? I've already cleaned out every closet and drawer that I can imagine. Well, I'm sure there are more, or I could start over again, but I'm tired of it.
Exactly.
And my routine has definitely been changed. So this is something to do. This is great.
This is something to do.
Yes, this is great.
Let me pull up the next. All right. So, what do you think we should be doing about people who are not abiding by the social distancing rules?
Well,
I mean,
I don't think we should be arresting them.
yeah, well,
And again, we can, back off, and maybe that'll clue them in that they need to follow suit. We could say, if you don't have a mask, I have one I can give you.
yeah.
Again, I'm thinking people are doing the best they can. So anyway, I don't believe in arresting people
There shouldn't be a
for not
great
wearing their
punishment,
mask.
but
No. Just encourage, and we'll see. I mean, things are getting better now. We'll see. We'll see what happens next. Hopefully we won't need these masks for much longer. Because see, there's another problem with them. How long can you wear the same mask? I mean, I don't really know.
Switching out?
Without switching out, because they do get wet from your breath. And is it really a sufficient barrier once they're wet? So I hate to think that it's kind of given us a false sense of security.
Yeah. People coughing and sneezing and still using the same mask for a month.
Exactly. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So, yeah, I'm glad. They seem to be plentiful right now.
Yeah.
So, we should be changing them up.
Definitely. That honestly rolls us right into the next question. How has social distancing died kind of in these riots?
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. We're going to see. I think, this, interesting. It's more than interesting when people who are going to church or to the hairdresser get arrested and rioters do not.
Well, there's so many of them.
There's so many of them. And actually, I have noticed most of them are wearing masks.
Yeah.
But they're on top of each other. So I'd be surprised if there's not an increase in the spread of the virus. But I'm thinking it's not going to be catastrophic because we did flatten the curve some time ago. So I think there's just not as many people out there that have the virus. I pray that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So there probably will be somewhat of a tick up.
There will be an increase, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
But, because, I mean, it's in every state. People are protesting in every state. There's large gatherings and groups of people in every single state. So
we'll expect to see it in these bigger cities where the protesting has been greater.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to be catastrophic. I don't think it's going to be like it was, what was that, the first week of April, right around Easter, first or second week of April when
there was that massive jump.
When it was such a big jump, especially in New York. Yeah. So it's not helping from many standpoints.
No.
It's not helping. I think the economic damage that it's doing is probably worse than the damage to our health, is what I'm guessing with these businesses that had just opened and now they're wiped out again. So it's
tough.
It's a sad situation in our country. I've never ever imagined one crisis on top of another like we're seeing.
Yeah.
But America's strong.
We will rebuild.
We will recover. Yes, we will, and I think we'll recover within the next 6 months.
Yeah. It seems like a long time, but really, in the grand scheme of things, we'll be there.
Yes.
So.
Praise God.
This brings us to our last question. How do you feel that my generation will look back at this catastrophe years and years from now?
Yeah, well, I don't think you'll forget it.
No.
However, we don't know what's to come.
Yeah. The year's not over.
Yeah, even the year's not over. So, I don't know. I think you won't forget it. I pray this is a very unique situation, and therefore you won't forget it, and you'll be telling your grandchildren, "Oh, I remember the day when I had to wear a mask, just to go to the grocery store."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. You may want to keep your mask so you can show
I
your
might
grandparents.
keep it.
This is the kind of thing we used to wear, and some people put holes in them for straws, and which is crazy too. Doesn't that just totally destroy the purpose of it?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I thought it was crazy you were saying we're living through a textbook, like our history textbook. When I'm older, like it's gonna be. It's been saying some crazy stuff. What are they gonna say about it?
Yes.
How are they gonna change it?
How will the authors put a spin on it? Yeah.
It'll be interesting. But
Yeah, it will. Yeah. Yeah, I think you'll look back and remember, and maybe have some fond memories of playing Scrabble because there was nothing else to do. Of having more family dinners because we're all here.
That's positive.
There's been an upside.
But honestly, truly, nothing really great has come from this year so far. So still holding on to the hope that there will be a turnaround.
Absolutely. So. There will be. Well, thank you, Brent.
Thank you. Hallie Harbison, this was a great interview. Signing off.
All right.